Hello. Okay, as you saw, I am reading Foul Heart Huntsman, but this video is just going to be a mood read with me for a week video. I'm about 180 pages into Foul Heart Huntsman, and I am, as you can tell, not in Nashville. I'm home in Texas visiting my family until tomorrow. I leave tomorrow evening, so I will hopefully be able to finish this in the next few days because I have a flight and I usually just read the whole flight. So I've got like a 2-hour flight ahead of me tomorrow, and I'm on vacation, so I don't have any work to do. So I don't need to worry about other things. I can just read. So hopefully I'll finish this in the next few days, and then we'll just continue kind of on to the next thing. I have a ton of books on my TBR, but I have no set idea of what I want to read next. We'll just see what I'm feeling. As the video title suggests, we're gonna mood read. So I'm gonna continue reading Foul Heart Huntsman, and I'll keep you updated. I don't know if I read the first, so let me back up. There's a duology that is the Our Violent Ends and These Violent Delights, or These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends are the two in the first duology, and then this is the second in a second duology. So the first book in this duology is called Foul Heart Huntsman. Nope, that's what this one's called. It's called Foul Lady Fortune, and this is Foul Heart Huntsman. So though the two are separate duologies, they are connected. This duology is like several years in the future, but there's some of the same characters from the first book that were like side characters. Now they are the main character. So the people that we're following closely are Rosalind and Celia Lang, and they were in the first duology, and now we're following them. Rosalind has been, you learn this in the first book, I'm not going to spoil anything, but she has been injected with some kind of serum that makes her basically invincible. She heals very quickly, and she hasn't aged at all. So in the last like 4 years since like the events that happened in the last book, she looks exactly the same age-wise. So she's now like an assassin for the Nationalists, and it's like, instead of the Scarlet Gang versus the White Flowers, which was the first duology, this is Nationalists versus Communists, and she is an assassin for the Nationalists. That's kind of my background information on Rosalind. She's like the main character. We also follow Celia because they're like foils for each other. And then we have Orion, who we meet for the first time in this book, and Orion's brother, Oliver. Both of them have important roles. And then of course there's other characters from the first, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to give anything away as far as who we see, but it's so far very good. It took me, similarly with like, I think this, the other duology, it took a minute for me to kind of like get into it, because it's historical, and I kind of got confused at first, but like once you get into it, it's really interesting, and I think it's really well written also. So again, yeah, slow to start, but once you get into it, you really get into it. So I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll keep you updated. Hello. So I filmed the first like 2 days on my phone, but I'm back at my apartment, as you can tell, and I'm back with my camera. So we're picking back up on the camera. One second, let me check this text message. Anyway, I finished Foul Heart Huntsman and I ended up giving it 5 stars. I think it was like 4.5, but when I look at the duology as a whole, and honestly, like the world as a whole, including the These Violent Delights duology, so 2 different duologies in the same world, I think in the These Violent Delights duology, I gave the first one 4 and the second one 5, and that's what I did for this duology too. I think I look at it as a whole as definitely a 5-star like world and series, and I would highly recommend. It's technically YA fantasy, and I know I just made a TikTok about how I feel like I'm kind of over YA fantasy. If you follow me on TikTok, go check that out. Also, it's on my bookstagram. They're always linked down below. I just made a whole like video about how I thought I was kind of over YA fantasy at the moment. It just felt too like simple, but honestly, these do not feel simple. They're YA in the sense that there's like no, like it's romantasy, but there's no sexy time. Like the spice is 0. They kiss and that's about it. But there's a really good like romance. All the characters get some kind of romance, which I love. Not all of them, but like the main characters get like a romance plot line. It's fantasy light. I would equate it to kind of like Divine Rivals, where like it's fantasy and that there's like these made up like creatures and made up things, but it feels very much like the world that we live in plus this deadly monster plus this serum that makes people basically into Captain America. Like it makes them strong and it makes them not age. It's Captain America. So that's kind of the vibes, is like it's set in the 1930s, and this duology is like when the communists are like, there's communism happening, but also like Japan is invading China. There's a lot of like historical things going on too, and it's really interesting to like get kind of that too. I feel like I learned something. Again, not sure how historically accurate it is, but I just feel like I get a clear picture of the time more than I did before, obviously. So that's my thoughts about those books. Love them. I highly recommend. And I started on the plane after I finished Foul Heart Huntsman. I started a book that I have the arc of, which is called, what is that called? Whoa, Kate is like really going crazy. It's called A Rivalry of Hearts. I'm probably 15-20% into that. I'm gonna keep reading that on my Kindle, but I'm not gonna, I don't know. I'm not like super invested in it. So we'll see. I'll like pick that up as things come and go, like whatever. But I do think I'm gonna pick a physical book that's on my physical TBR to read next. And then I'll also be kind of like tandem reading the Rivalry of Hearts on my Kindle. I just feel like I need to read it because I did get the arc and I have to leave a review of it. So I will continue to read that. And it's by Tessandra Odette, who wrote the Entangled with Fae series, which I love, and that's a 5-star series for me. So I really like some of her other books. I'm not sure, I'm not getting into this one as quickly as I got into some of her other books, so maybe this is just not for me, but I've liked her other books, so I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm going to continue reading that and probably pick something for my physical TBR, just because I have a ton of books on my physical TBR and I want to get through some of them. And I just got more books in the mail and I have more coming, so we got to get through it. With that being said, I am in the middle of making dinner, so I'm going to finish making dinner and then we will go and pick out some books. I'll show you what I have on my TBR. I have Powerful, the Powerless novella, and I know Reckless comes out in like a few weeks, so I want to read that before Reckless comes out. So I might pick that one up just because I know it's like super short. It's like 100 pages. It's a novella. So I think I'm gonna pick that one up. That's like what's calling to me right now. So, and this video is mood reading. So that's what I'm in the mood for. And that's what I'm gonna read. But first, I'm gonna make dinner. Hello. So, as you can tell, Kate, I just need you to sit in my lap. It's a little bit later. I've changed out of my work clothes and I put on my jammies and I picked up Powerful, which is literally tiny. Like here it is in comparison with my phone. It's barely bigger than my phone. I need you to stay over here, okay? Sorry. So yeah, this is like the novella, the Powerless novella, and Reckless, which is the second book in this series, comes out next month. So very excited about that. I'm gonna put on my headphones and turn on my favorite reading playlist. It's called, oh wait, actually my day list sounds kind of good. My day list is classical, dark academia, Wednesday evening, and this feels like the vibe. So I'm actually gonna listen to this. It's a lot of, it's actually all music, no, instrumental, like movie soundtracks. So I've been loving movie soundtrack, like orchestral stuff to listen to while I'm reading. It's just the vibes are top tier. So I'm gonna play this, but my normal reading playlist is called Other Worlds, and it's a lot of the same, like the Pride and Prejudice soundtrack and like just goodies. So I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna probably just sit and read straight through this. It's literally like, how many pages is it? Am I saying no page numbers? There's no page numbers, but it's very short, so we're gonna get into it. So I'm in the same spot. Okay, come here. And I started and finished Powerless. It's been a few hours. It's now almost 10:30. I've just been watching TikToks for a second and I'm about to do a few dishes, go to bed because it's bedtime. But I finished this. I also finished a book that I forgot that I was reading, honestly. It was called Not Boyfriend Material. It was Brother's Best Friend. It had 0 spice. So honestly, not sure how I feel about it. I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads like initially, but I might knock that down because are you kidding? Not even a kiss, like they kissed once. And the ending just felt very rushed. I don't know. But it was really short and sweet and forgot I was reading that, so I finished that on my Kindle. So now I'm still in the middle of Rivalry of Hearts. I'm gonna get ready for bed. I'll probably read a little bit once I get to bed, but for now, this is my update for the night. Powerful was really good. It's about Peyton's friend Adina, which if you haven't read Powerless, this is like book 1.5. Like it technically takes place at the same time as the events of Powerless, but this follows her friend Adina, who's the seamstress, and she gets a little love story, and you see like her backstory and her life unfold. If you've read Powerless, you know how it ends because this character has an important role in Powerless, but you don't get to see her backstory, and this is her little backstory in 200 pages. And it also at the end had a very nice preview into Reckless, which comes out in a few weeks, as I've said multiple times. So that was fun to get a little preview because I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I'm not sure if that was in every edition or if it was just in this edition, but those are my thoughts. And finish this little guy, so cute. Now I have to pick another book to read. We'll see what I end up with. But for now, good night. Hey guys, so I'm back. It's the next day. Like I said, I read a little bit of Rivalry of Hearts. What is it called? A Rivalry of Hearts. Yeah, that's what it's called. I am 25% into that. I've just been moving so slowly. I don't know. I'll eventually finish it, but it's not doing it for me. Today, instead, I started Tragic, which is the third Lark Cove book by Devney Perry. I've really been enjoying just reading some of Devney Perry's like backlog. She has so many stuff. They're all small town set in Montana, and the vibes are just perfect. There's a little spice, but it's not like super spicy. So I started that while I was at work, and I'm like 70% through because I just like read whenever I had a break or whatever. But last night I decided that This Summer Will Be Different is going to be the next book that I pick up. So now I'm like in 3 books because I'm reading Rivalry of Hearts, Tragic, and I'm about to start this one, but I don't count my like Kindle books. I like to be reading something on my Kindle and a physical book at the same time. So I don't feel bad about it. I will finish all of them. I'll probably finish Tragic later tonight. Like, I'm not feeling bad, but I am going to start. Kate. I am going to start This Summer Will Be Different, which is Carly Fortune's new book. It came out like a week or 2 ago. And I enjoyed her other books. And I think I gave Every Summer After, which was her first book, 5 stars. And then the one that came out last year, I don't remember what it was called, but I gave that one 4 stars. So I have enjoyed her books. Kate, I just want you to sit down, please. So I'm looking forward to this. The plot is set on Prince Edward Island, which is stunning and amazing because I love Anne of Green Gables, and Anne of Green Gables is set on Prince Edward Island as well. So I'm excited. We're gonna get into it. This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. Oh, Meet Me at the Lake was the one last year. Oh, look, the quote at the beginning. Here, can you see that? Is in Anne of Green Gables. Isn't it nice to think that tomorrow is a new day with no mistakes in it yet? Ella Montgomery, Anne of Green Gables. I just read Anne of Green Gables, actually. So if you watched my wrap-up video for last month, it's in there. But let's get into it. Prologue, summer 5 years ago. I love a good prologue. I've been laying here reading for a few hours now. It's 8:30. I'm on page 170, so I think that puts me at like 50% through. Hey, can you rest? Let's see what percent we're at. %53%. So I'm gonna take a little break, wash my face, get ready for bed, although 8:30 is early to be getting ready for bed, but I don't have plans and I'm still wearing my work makeup, so I might as well take it off and then continue reading. But basically this is Best Friend's Brother, which I love. And it's then now, so it's told in the 2 time periods. So you go back to like 4 summers ago, 3 summers ago, and like see them through the years, but also it's mainly in the present timeline where Bridget, who's the best friend, Lucy or B is the main character, and her best friend Bridget is from Prince Edward Island, which is like where most of this is set. And she calls B like 8 days before the wedding and is like, can you come stay with me? Like, I need you to be here with me. She's like, okay, sure. But she doesn't know why Bridget's upset or what's going on. Like if it's something with the wedding or like if it's gonna, whatever. So she's at Prince Edward Island to like be there with her friend and her friend's brother, who she's like on and off had like a thing with, but never anything serious because Bridget doesn't know and has never known. So yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying. I love the setting. As I said, I read Anne of Green Gables recently, and I also love the Anne of Green Gables movies with Megan Fowles and I forget what his name is as Gilbert Blythe. But anyway, that's kind of my midway update. I'm gonna go get ready for bed and continue reading some more, but I just wanted to check in with you. Kate is being a menace right now. I'm back. I got my hair done today, so it's freshly colored, curled, blown out. It's looking amazing. And I am on page 250 of This Summer Will Be Different. So I did read quite a bit. I'm gonna hold you up here. I did read quite a bit last night. More after I talked to you while I was in bed. And I felt like the third act breakup was coming for me, and I just didn't. I knew that if I got to the third act breakup, I would want to continue and finish. It was getting late, and so I was just like, you know what? I gotta put it down. I'm feeling nervous about the third act breakup. I'm feeling stressed. I don't know that it's necessarily going to happen, but I feel like some kind of stupid decision is gonna be made, and I'm gonna be getting frustrated. So I'm gonna read it, and then I'll talk to you once we come back from what could potentially be a stupid freaking third act breakup. Okay. I literally just finished the last page. I need a second. First of all, any book with a long distance friendship will make me cry. I have almost exclusively long distance friendships, and it sucks. It's hard. And I miss my friends, and anytime there's like a long distance friendship, a long distance relationship. Like, it's so hard and I always cry. Like, that's how I felt in Happy Place. If you've read Happy Place, like the friendship part of it and like the distance that happens, it's just, anyway, it really got to me. And this one had a really good friendship between Bea and Bridget. Like, I loved their friendship, and I thought there was going to be kind of like a fight or some kind of thing. There was a little bit of a third act. I don't want to spoil anything, but it wasn't what I expected, and it was honestly so well done. I really, really appreciated it. I think this is definitely better than Meet Me at the Lake. I'm gonna probably come back to you for my final like star rating because I need to think on it a little bit, and I'm gonna, oh, sorry, I got sidetracked there. I'm gonna probably wash my face and get my jammies on. It's such a bummer that my hair literally looks amazing, fabuloso, and I have no plans tonight. I should have made plans, but I never know how long my hair is gonna take because it always takes so long. I got there at 2:30 and I didn't leave until like 6:30, so it took a full 4 hours. I have a ton of hair and it just takes a long time. So I didn't want to make plans afterward because I didn't know what time it was gonna end. So by the time I got home and like ate dinner, it's now like 8:30, and I'm just gonna honestly curl up and watch a movie, watch some TV. I don't think I'm gonna start reading anything else tonight. I did, while I was getting my hair done, read on my Kindle A Rivalry of Hearts, and now I am past the 50% mark on that book. So got some progress done on that one, and I'm just gonna settle in for the night and relax. So I have a few plans tomorrow, but I'll definitely do some reading. Although it is Friday, I think this might be the end of this video. I'm just now realizing. I just wanted to finish this book and put it in this video, and since I finished it, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I filmed my reading wrap up this morning, so that will be up before this. So this might take a little bit longer, but I had fun bringing you along and just like talking about what I was reading. I love doing that, and I didn't feel the pressure to pick specific books, which sometimes can put me in a slump if I'm like, okay, I'm a week of reading whatever, and it's like, ugh, by the end of the week I'm like, I'm done, I don't want to read anymore, I'm sick of it. So this was fun to just mood read, pick what I wanted, and I read some good books this week. So I will see you guys somewhere else on the internet. Be sure to follow all of the things linked down below, and I love you. Bye guys.